Millie Bobby Brown, star of Stranger Things, has taken the world by storm with multiple films, her own beauty line, and a massive fan base. Millie seems to have it all, but with this level of fame at the young age of 16, there are bound to be a few mishaps. When you're one of the world's biggest rising stars right now, the entire world will be watching your every move, waiting for you to make a mistake. So today we're going to see what Millie Bobby Brown is really like when the cameras aren't rolling. Because honestly, there are quite a few instances where the Enola Holmes star has made us raise our eyebrows at just how rude she can truly be. A strong personality. You don't get this far into Hollywood without having a firm personality, but how stubborn can you be until you become mean? Millie Bobby Brown describes her personality in an interview as extremely motivated, and that if she wants to achieve something, absolutely no one's going to stop her. Now that's fierce. The young star started acting at age 9 when she got her first small role, and the rest, as they say, is history. From that point forward, absolutely nothing has stopped her from landing one major role after the next, and brands are lining up to get endorsed by her. Here's the thing though, the actress has developed a bit of a mean streak. This could be because she's the main character of the hit sci-fi show, or that the fame has gotten to her head. Who knows? Now, what do we mean when we talk about her mean streak? Okay, keep watching to find out. The outright disrespect, it's unreal. It's common knowledge that stars may have great chemistry on screen, but off screen? Well, that's a whole different story altogether. Millie has shown her co-stars some disrespect on occasions, like in one interview with David Harbour, where the actor was complimenting her acting and her general persona. This is right when the British star decided that she was going to keep interrupting Hopper until all the attention was on her. She wasn't just making faces at him, because at one point she even jumped out of her chair and physically interrupted David. We don't know how the actor stayed calm through Millie's childish antics, but he did get tired of them eventually and decided that he'd rather just stay quiet. He just smiled and let the young actress have the spotlight, which is what she probably is used to by now. Despite their wholesome relationship on the show, fans still aren't sure if David was annoyed at Millie's annoying actions or not. And it's not even just one guy who has to suffer from Millie's attention hogging either. Even the cast members her age have had to handle her rude interruptions. There are many clips that show how the actress interrupts her co-stars and talks over them. Whether this is to be cutesy, funny, or just to remain the most important, we don't know. The other actors are always understandably irritated when Millie cuts them off. While the kids remain professional and appear to get along well, it's difficult to imagine that they're all okay with being cut off in the middle of sentences on a regular basis. The question remains as to why Eleven thinks it's acceptable to treat the other young actors with such disregard for their words. Getting called out is no joke. And all these instances, it's not that no one notices. Millie often cuts off co-star Sadie Sink during interviews, despite their claim of being close friends. This reached the point where, on one interview, another one of the show's co-stars, Caleb McLaughlin, had to ask Sadie whether she wanted to finish what she was saying. And Caleb himself hasn't been safe from this behavior either, as when Caleb, Sadie, and Millie went on stage at a Nickelodeon award ceremony to accept the award, Millie did the unthinkable. She quite literally shoved Caleb aside when it was her chance to address the audience. It was so rude how she didn't even wait for her co-star to step aside and instead took over the microphone as though there was no one around her making. The worst part's how she almost made Caleb stumble and fall in front of thousands of people. We have to wonder, how would she have reacted if someone had done that to her? Her skincare line scandal. The rude interactions she's had with the co-stars aren't the only negative press she's gotten, as the skincare scam that Millie pulled on her fans took over the internet a while back too. The actress wanted to make a video of her routine, and fans noticed something super odd. Florence by Mills? More like nothing by Mills, as the actress was only pretending to put the products on her face. Fans were very understandably angry at how the star had the same amount of makeup at the end of it, and many people believed she was just trying to scam her loyal followers. The Stranger Things star then spoke up and defended her actions by claiming that she didn't think she actually needed to put the products on her face to show them. This made no sense to us, but sure. She majorly disappointed a fan, and one fan even had her heart broken by the star. They always say you shouldn't meet your idols, and this one incident showed how dismissive the actress can really be. Fellow cast member and fan Audrey Hope uploaded a video in which she shared an awful story about Millie. Audrey worked as an extra in Season 2 of Stranger Things and was invited to a premiere event with the entire cast and crew of the series. Like anyone would be, the young girl was excited to meet Millie, and when she finally spotted her at the event, Audrey went up to her to ask for a photo. The fan said that the lead actress took one look at her and walked off, telling her that she'd be back for the picture. Surprise, surprise, that never happened. Audrey obviously waited for a long time for the actress to keep her promise and come back, but Millie never showed up. It was only after Audrey asked another actress on the show that she learned that the Enola Holmes star had already left the event. The young girl was understandably hurt at this huge disrespect, an outright lie that Millie had told her. If the Stranger Things actress didn't want to take a picture at that moment, she could have just told the girl nicely. It wouldn't have caused her to wait for so long. Even diehard fans of the actress agreed that this was pretty lousy behavior on Millie's part. We're just sorry that the actress didn't live up to her kind public image, and the poor girl had to deal with that disappointment. Getting cheeky with Stephen Colbert himself. The list of people she's annoyed keeps getting longer because she didn't even spare Stephen Colbert. During an interview, Colbert licked his pen before writing something down, which the actress gave an exaggerated reaction over. If it's not something you're used to or have seen before, you just let it go, right? But Millie was so weirded out that she made a disgusted face at the audience. While Stephen did explain good-humoredly that it was a habit that he had when he was young, we could tell that he was kind of put off by the star's reaction. It makes sense when you consider the generational gap between the two, but you can be a little more considerate. Drizzy Drake and grooming? If you've been on social media for a while, you'd remember the whole Drake and Millie Bobby Brown fiasco. That was probably the strangest thing we've seen the actress do. Be friends with the rapper. If you don't know what happened, don't worry, we've got you. Now, this might have sounded like normal behavior to her, but when Millie said in an interview that the two were good friends, red flags appeared in front of many fans. The 33-year-old rapper sparked outrage on social media with his low-key, creepy behavior. The young actress, with an emphasis on the word young, stated in an interview that Drake gives her advice, particularly about boys, which elicited an immediate reaction from fans. Many people were outraged that the singer was texting a child actress half his age, and that too about her love life. I mean, we don't know about you, but it smells a little fishy to us. Especially in the entertainment industry, young girls get groomed to act a certain way by older artists. The poor girl is objectified so much as it is already, especially since she recently turned 18. It seems like she's always been treated like a grown woman, even when she wasn't. We're not saying this is what was happening here, but it did cause many to wonder what the dynamic between the two artists was like. The flat earthers are everywhere. Next, we're going to talk about how the star has some rather interesting views about our dear old planet. Millie went on record saying that she believes the Earth is flat. Yep, we hate to disappoint so many of you, but she's a flat earther. For most of us, the whole flat Earth concept's pretty ridiculous at this point because we have extensive research and even photos from space to disprove it, but Millie has decided none of that matters to her. The Godzilla vs. Kong actress continues to be a flat earther, which is honestly quite alarming for parents whose young children look up to her, and teachers and scientists who want to put a stop to the misinformation. So clearly she's not the sharpest tool in the shed, even though she may be the most talented. And while she might have changed her mind or said something like this just for laughs, it was still super weird. She's not all bad, though. But let's be real for a second. She's just a kid, 18 now, but that's still so young to be in such scrutinizing industry as acting. Millie hasn't been all bad behind the camera either. She's been an extremely vocal part of anti-bullying campaigns and is even the youngest Goodwill ambassador for UNICEF. She's also big on charity and has been open to sharing her opinions on many human rights issues. And let's not forget how she overcame her own personal struggles, like being deaf in one ear, in order to be the star that she is today. Her commitment to her craft is something to admire, and doesn't every teenager have those moods every now and then? Every artist slips up every now and then, and that's because they're human. It probably isn't easy being judged by people all over the world, and everyone has bad days. And we're happy to see that the general public's frustration with Millie Bobby Brown and her rudeness doesn't appear to have much of an impact on the actress. Most people believe that the actress is acting above her age and is probably in over her head. Millie believes otherwise. She thinks that the majority of the negative reactions are due to people's inability to accept that she's growing up. And she may be onto something here. I think that's what I found has been quite difficult, the transitioning period. They're not accepting it, and I've completely accepted it. You know, I'm ready. It seems like Millie doesn't let all the criticism get to her and is instead focused on her career and herself. Good for her. Well, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this one, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.